Welcome to Freed on Business. He grew up in South Florida, has been in business here since the early 90s, and has closed over $3 billion in deals. He's seen it all. He always has an opinion, and he's always ready to share it. Informed, entertaining, and connected, he has his finger on the pulse of South Florida's business community. He's Jim Freed, and this is Freed on Business.
Hey everybody, welcome to today's show. It's really tremendous. We're going to talk to two beautiful Silver Knight Award winners that have done just amazing things for the less fortunate and affected in our community. We're going to profile them and the good deeds that they did to give you a really good feeling. And then in the second half of the show, Reagan's going to interview me about the real estate market, which is so hot that I couldn't even get home to do my radio show today. I had to be out in the field today, and I want to thank our friends at Warren Henry for hosting us on site today. They won't be on the show today. They'll be on the show in a couple of weeks. We'll talk about how we're going to work with them to help raise awareness about their drive to bring upscale clothing in to give out to the people in town that need to have clothes for interviews. That's right. I do good things too. So here we are today. We're going to talk with our two Silver Knight Award winners. In a second, we'll talk real estate in a second, but we'll start with some info about Warren Henry. So Reagan, take it away. We'll be right back with our two Silver Knight Award winners. I already feel tremendously wonderful. All right, everybody, this is where I go. This is Freed on Business. We're South Florida's longest running business talk show. We've been on since 2008, and our sponsors at Warren Henry have been with us since 2012. I think we sell a couple of cars for them. When you're looking to buy or lease a car, you're going to get every advantage that you can. That's why I have to check out Warren Henry, Land Rover, Range Rover, Infiniti, and Jaguar. Here where I'm sitting now is their brand new store at 151st and Biscayne. It's full of friends. I feel like it's home when I get here. You want an Audi? They sell them up in Gainesville. They can get it for you down here. You want anything else? They sell it down in the Keys. If you wanted a Jeep like I may get the next time around, they got it in the Keys. So what do they all have in common? Well, they all have they all come with the Warren Henry advantage besides being great cars. That means you get great benefits like a service loaner, all kinds of other things, free wheel shining up if you get it all messed up. They give you the free keys. The keys here are worth like $100 a pop. So one of the best benefits is you get 72 hours to make sure you like your car. Guess what? You will, I promise you. So join me, my mom, my beautiful wife, Vivian, lots and lots of my friends. We're all members of the Warren Henry family. You should be too. Always the best service, always the best price, always Warren Henry. That's like their store. Just heard our public service that we do about kindness and goodness. We'll demonstrate how that's still alive and well here in South Florida with our next two guests that are Silver Knight Award winners and the beautiful things they've done for people they'll never meet in our community. Hey, I'm Jim Freed. Give me a call. I can't tell you my number because they're out to get me, but it's true. I got a death threat. I'm not even kidding. It's ridiculous. So give me a call if you know where to find me. DM me, look up me. Google me. Every person that's named Jim Freed hates me on Google because they're on page 4 and I'm on page 1, 2, and 3. I can help you with your real estate capital. I'm here doing a remote today from Warren Henry because I've been out in the field looking at the market. It's so hot. I had institutional equity from New York. We're going to come in and fully capitalize one of my friends, and maybe I'll even become a developer out of it. But give me a call if I can help you. You've got a problem. I want to help you solve it. Call me at, well, you know the number. DM me at, you know the address. Why? Because when you call me, it's always all about you.
Welcome back to Freed on Business. Connect with us on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter at Jim Freed or at Freed on Business, and on Instagram at Jim Freed1. Now, back to your host, Jim Freed.
Yeah, it's true. Somebody tried to, they made a threat to assassinate me. The officials took it seriously. They parked police cars out in front, but at 6:11 when I was supposed to die, I just danced around and said, here I am. So, now that I'm still here, we've got a great show for you today. We've got Alex Hernández, a Silver Knight Award winner. We've got Nicholas Quintana, right? Beautiful. Hey, light them up. Light them up, Reagan. Bring them both on. I like Nick because he's dancing with me. I like Alex because she's going to dance with me. Now, let's talk about what you guys did. Alex, you first. You got to unmute them. Thank you.
Hello.
Alex, you first, but unmute Nick too, because Nick can chime in anytime he wants. He's a beautiful person as well. All right. Now, Alex, tell me a little bit about what you did. And I'm not going to say to win the Silver Knight. I'm going to say to help our community, because what you did was to help our community. And that's why they recognize you.
Well, my name's Alex, and in my high school, I saw that basically there was no period products for students that menstruate. And for those who don't know, there's this thing called period poverty, which means the lack of sanitation products in any one area. And I saw that in public schools, they're not allowed to give stuff like pads and tampons because specifically in Florida, we're an abstinence only state. So those items are put on the same level as a condom.
Are you kidding?
No.
Another reason to vote out the incumbents. My God. You know, Nikki Fried's my niece. Vote for Nikki Fried.
Oh, amazing.
Call me. Let's get your friends involved. I can help you with that at any time. Change the world with me. Change the world with me. But keep on talking about this discriminatory policy that they have in the public schools.
It really oppresses people who menstruate, women who menstruate. And the thing is, period poverty is not just, a gender thing. It also is an economic thing. It's the if you don't have money to buy period products, you don't have the money. So if you go to a public place where you need it and it's not being offered to you, you're at school 6 hours a day. And for 12 years of your life, and you're telling me that you don't have the products that you need when they're health items. So this is what
a woman who doesn't have that product can have health issues, correct?
100%. Because, and the thing is, you're not only dealing with the lack of period products, but you're dealing with the taboos because, men don't have it and they feel uncomfortable when it's talked about. It's something dirty to them. So you have men and men in power who don't know about it, so they can't do anything and they don't care. So this is what I was facing, and basically I helped provide period products for my whole school, and we've expanded it to right now we're collecting period products for homeless youth in Broward.
Wow, so, that is absolutely tremendous. First of all, thank you for all the people that won't meet you that you're going to help. Number two, let's put a woman up there so that they know so that they can feel, you can have somebody that knows what you're talking about. You can contact me, DM me offline. I'm happy to help you activate. You're just such a beautiful person.
I just want to tell you, thank you so much, because it's people like you who have a platform that speak about certain issues and let people speak about certain issues. And that's how change is made. It starts from bottom meeting the top, and you meet in the middle. So thank you so much. And as a male, thank you for listening to me. All three of you. Thank you so much.
Listen, it's my absolute pleasure. If we don't get out of our comfort zones, then we're entrapped by them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And yeah, I'm uncomfortable talking about this, but I have a mom, I have sisters, I have nieces. I'm aware that there are people that don't have money. I can't even imagine what this would be like. Okay. God bless you for thinking about others.
Thank you.
What we're going to do is we're going to talk to Nick about how he thought about others too. Nick, tell me your story, because I have friends personally that you could really help. Tell me a little bit about what you did.
So my name is Nick. It's nice to meet all of you. And
Hi, Nick.
and way back in junior year, when the pandemic first started, I was watching documentaries with my dad, who's a history teacher at my school, along with a drama teacher. And I saw all these documentaries of stories from veterans in World War II, World War I, and even into the Cold War, Vietnam. And I noticed that there's not a lot of stories about veterans in the modern day and what they're going through, especially after their time in the service, because there are a lot of veterans that are indeed homeless, that can't find jobs, that are dealing with many vices like alcoholism, smoking, depression. And I wanted to really shed light on those stories and enlighten the community on the stuff that we really need to work on, which is helping our veterans through these problems. So I decided, because there are many different ways that I could have gone through this, and I decided to use the one thing that I'm really good at, which is writing plays and doing theater. So I basically made a group of 3 other students. We interviewed about 10 different veterans from many different walks of life and many different branches of the military. And we use those stories to inspire us to create plays based on them, inspired by them. And we hired actors and technical people to be able to perform these plays as a staged reading, record them, and put them up on a website for anyone to see.
Amazing. You know, you inspire me. How about that? Okay. You're a real inspiration. You know, a lot of people, they don't come in contact with the veterans, you know, for a variety of reasons. Maybe the only veteran they ever meet is a firefighter or a police officer, and they won't know that they're a veteran. But some of the quietest, most introspective people I know are veterans, but it's because of what they've been through.
Yeah.
And you know, we just went through Memorial Day. And that really is a very powerful day for many families for a variety of reasons. And I really want to thank you so much. You know, I have a hemp farm I'm working on. I'm working on it with veterans. They got started doing it for PTSD and just, you know, really working on it with that. We want to do just CBD. We don't want to do anything psychoactive. And in working with them, you begin to hear their stories after you get to know them. I don't want to say they're heartbreaking or hair-raising. I just want to say they're real.
They are.
And these experiences that they go through, I'll give you an example. I was with my high school, my college buddies last weekend. I took Friday and Saturday off and went to the national parks with them. I can't imagine holding one of them in my hands and watching them die. But that's what these people go through. How do you dramatize that in a way that people can consume it without really losing their mind, Nick?
Well, really, we don't focus on the combat aspects because I feel like that's already overdone to the extent that it's redundant. I don't want to say redundant, but I want to say it's just completely overdone in the sense that you see
Understood. Understood. You don't have to go deeper than that. It is. What did you do that's different?
I focus more on, like I said, the time after the service. So most of our plays are very oriented on why they enlisted, the reasons they had for enlisting, and the time after enlisting, with hints of funny stories of like stuff that happened in the service. Funny stories, not very dramatic stuff.
So what you're doing is you're creating a storyline of the good times.
Of course.
And why they did it. First of all, they're very patriotic. They wanted to do service.
Yes.
This is what their service did to them. How horrible.
Yeah. A lot, I found out actually after interviewing a lot of veterans, most of them actually started in the military after 9/11, which is a very
patriotic people.
Yeah.
Very highly motivated, very caring. You know, it's just the experiences and what they did to them. You're just such a beautiful guy, Nick.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to talk to Alex and Nick about what their experiences meant to them and how it changed them. Oh, I'm going to love that. You guys are tremendous. Reagan, rock the world. Man, Nick is coming back. Nick is coming back. Alex, you too. We're going to get everybody in a room and we're going to do the Silver Knights all in one room together when we can all take our masks off before you all go to your fabulous universities. All right. I can't keep going back and forth. You'll get seasick. I'm Jim Freed. This is Freed on Business. Freed on Business has been around since 2008. Yeah. We've had Warren Henry. I'm doing a remote today from Warren Henry. That's our old store up there. We're doing the remote. Lamborghini Broward from Warren Henry. We want to thank Warren Henry. They've been with us since 2012. I think we sell a couple of cars for them. Hey, everybody, if you're looking to buy or lease a car, you want to get every advantage that you can. So I check out Warren Henry. I'm at their new store up here on 151st in Biscayne. It's tremendous. It tells you what modern world really looks like up here, all the beautiful cars and everything else, all the tremendous people. It's really clean and safe, and I love the service department. Maytay Stark is just my favorite. Why do you want to buy what do they have? They have Jaguar, Infiniti, Land Rover, Range Rover. Did it all out of order, but I did it from my heart. Okay, up in Gainesville, they have Audi. Down in the Keys, they have them all. What do they all have in common? Well, they all come with the Warren Henry Advantage. They're all great cars. The Warren Henry Advantage, complimentary service loaner, dynamic wheel protection, key replacement, best value. You can return your car after 72 hours if you don't like it. It's really tremendous business here. And the people are great. I come here, it's like coming home. They always treat me great. Hey, Jim, how are you? So remember, join me, my mom, my beautiful wife, Vivian. Look for her. We'll have her up on a show real soon, maybe for her birthday. And all my great friends. We're all members of the Warren Henry family. You should be too. Always the best car, always the best price, always Warren Henry.
Carlson from Carlson Integrated. You know, a lot of our clients find that they can do anything, but not really everything. We are always excited to jump in and help. So whether you need another set of hands for a project or even comprehensive marketing management, our team of marketing mavens would love to have a conversation with you to see if we are the right fit. We do everything from logo and design work to email outreach and social media to writing and thought leadership. And here's a fun one. We are now offering our fabulous ebook of top 10 marketing tips on our website for free. So head over to carlsonintegrated.com and grab a copy today. And please always let us know how we can help. My email is Becca, that's BEKAH at carlsonintegrated.com. That's BEKAH at carlsonintegrated.com.
Wow, what a great day I'm having today. Look who I'm hanging out with here. Two of the most special people on the absolute planet, and Mr. Mendoza as well. Why am I hanging out with them? Because they're tremendous people and they project positive energy, which is what we can't get enough of today. Give me a call. Well, you can't do that because they tried to assassinate me, so I can't give out my location anymore. It's really true. I'll tell the story on the show maybe today, maybe next week. But give me a call or reach out to me, DM. Why? Because I help people with their real estate problems. I am helping one of my developer friends. I'm helping this kid buy a house. Not easy because all the money comes from overseas on a regular basis. I'm also helping one of my friends build a bunch of memory care facilities. You see it come out every couple of months where we got him another construction loan. Just did a whole big land loan. I got a term sheet on, what do you call it, paper lots? What's that? That's just a farmland where they think they can build homes. If it's impossible, call me. I'll get it done. Just was with all kinds of New York equity just now. We're going to start a whole neighborhood together. So if you need real estate capital, reach out to me. Why? Because when you call me, it's always all about you.
Welcome back to Freedom Business. Connect with us on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter at Jim Freed or at Freedom Business, and on Instagram at Jim Freed1. Now, back to your host, Jim Freed.
All right, we're back. We're back with a couple of shiny, bright people here. The couple of Silver Knight Award winners. We have Alex Hernández here. Alex is taking me outside of my comfort zone and teaching me a new term, period poverty. I don't think I said the word period since I graduated from high school. And we've got Nick Quintana on. Nick is a person that helps us honor our bravest, most wonderful people that have ever served our country. Now, I want to ask each one of you what you got out of your project and the community service, because you don't win the Silver Knight because you did something because you wanted to win the Silver Knight. You did it because you were honestly interested in making a difference. Alex, what prompted you to be motivated to make a difference? And I know you chose the period product, but talk about why you want to be involved in the community. I think it's a bigger issue that needs more attention.
Of course. Well, it started because I was in this class in 10th grade and I had a friend who sat next to me, and every single, day that I would be next to her, she'd be going to the nurse's office, and it would be like weeks on end where she'd be going and coming back, and it was a distraction for me. So I went with her this one time to the nurse's office. And when we get there, the nurse already knew her, and the nurse hands her this stack of toilet paper smushed together. It was 7 slices of toilet paper. And I look at my friend and I'm like, what are you doing? And the nurse and she's like, oh, this is a pad for me. And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, this is for me. I need it. And I was like, that's not, no, that's not what it is. And then I look at the nurse and I'm like, why are you giving this to her? And the nurse responds back, well, I can't give her anything else because we don't have the budget, one, and two, Florida's an abstinence only state. So pads and tampons.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
So
and why?
Okay. Well, I can't tell you why. Let's ask the legislators.
We'll talk about that in a second.
Mm-hmm. But abstinence only means that the curriculum in public schools is pushing safe sex. But in that curriculum, they've put products like condoms and tampons on the same level when they're two completely different things. So schools aren't allowed to give those items because they're deemed as not safe. So when my friend tells me this, I ask her, why do you need the nurse to give you this? And she says, well, I just came from Venezuela 3 months ago. I'm working 2 jobs. She was working, at 2 restaurants. And that's the way that she was, getting along, because her parents weren't here. She was living with her grandmother and she just didn't have the money. So the nurse, once again, isn't allowed to give anything because she could lose her job. So what she's giving her is toilet paper.
Work with me to change the world, Alex. Work with me to change the world.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Work with me to change the world. I told you what to do in the last segment. Find me through Lisa, who set this up, and I will make sure that you can continue to be empowered and empower the other people that you know to change the world, so we don't have to have a disgusting BS conversation like this.
No, it was horrible. And when my friend tells me this, I'm like, oh my God, let me get you stuff. So I started getting it. I wasn't thinking, I need to, get it for anybody else. But after about maybe a month of me supplying her stuff, she tells me, Alex, you realize that every single girl in the Latinos in Actions class is dealing with the same problem. And what they were doing was every week they'd be switching. Each of them would go to the office, bring back these toilet paper stacks, and they'd
for the group.
For the group. So I hear, and she, the reason she was going that period was
because we'll do another segment if we don't have time this time, because this is amazing. We got to drill down on this. Is that okay, Nick?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay, good. I'll give you just as much time, I promise.
But yeah,
go ahead, Alex.
So when I find out, I'm like, that's insane. So I started buying, and slowly, people started recognizing me as the kid with the pad. So I'd have girls coming up to me, they'd be like, hey, do you have a pad? And I'm like, yeah, of course. I literally had a separate backpack just to supply. And then this teacher reached out to me, who was part of this club, Girl Up. She was the advisor. And Girl Up is a United Nations organization, and it focuses on fighting for gender equality and giving education to girls. So I joined Girl Up, and then together we just started collecting period products, and we started putting these boxes of period products in the classrooms. And over time, we were able to supply the whole school.
I promise you that the right people will see your interview.
Okay.
I can do that.
Thank you.
Okay. The right people are going to see your interview, my love.
Oh, thank you.
We're going to do something about this.
Thank you so much.
I never heard about this. This is a real issue. These women can get shocked. They can have a big problem. It's very, very dangerous to their health.
100%. And the thing is, you're not only dealing with the actual lack of products, but you're dealing with the taboo. So because a lot of these girls, this is another problem, machismo, which is like the ideal that it's the man of the house. And these girls, and I've dealt with it with girls I was helping, they weren't allowed to be around their family members, their male family members, when they were on their period, because it was dirty. So imagine, you're not allowed to be around your family members. You don't have a pad. So do you think you're going to ask a teacher for one? No, you're not. Because if you're not even allowed to be around your family, how dare you think you're going to ask a teacher? So it's this whole problem, and it affects women in the military. They don't provide stuff like period products. They provide you toilet paper, but it's not something like, oh, let me give you a pad. That's just
how can they put them on the front line but not treat them with everything that they need?
Because people don't know about the problem. And see, it's this whole intersectional issue. If half of the world,
I can help at the national level too.
It's insane. So that's what I
can help
did.
at the national level. We have to talk about this. I'll put you in touch with the absolute right people. All the Congress people from around here, I know them all. And we're going to bring this issue up, just the way I got the transplant issue PR'd and up to Congress and stuff. We'll get this up there too.
There's actually a bill. There's actually a bill going on, but it's been shot down 3 times, and it's called the Learning with Dignity bill, and it's supposed to put period products in public schools. But it keeps
state or federal?
State, for the state of Florida.
Okay, well, we know who to talk to about that. Okay, we know who to talk to about that. Hold on, because I promised Nick, and we're gonna. Nick, can you two stay for another segment, another 15 minutes? Okay, good, because last time they couldn't. Okay, because I want to be respectful to Nick as well. You know, people know the real estate market's hot, and I'm lighting it on fire. There, I just gave the market overview. Okay, so Nick, yeah. Nick, 1 second about the impact that your project made on you, and then we'll roll over and do more after the break, okay?
All right. Really, it really hit me, like how much these stories can really impact someone, especially hearing over 10 of them at once in the span of a few months. It really hits you how powerful these stories are and how much care needs to be put in to be able to like fine tune them into a hybrid of a story to be able to be used to educate. And it really, I really learned a lot from talking to these people with experience, like your friends, the friends that you used to work on the farm with. They have experience that they would love to share, and that they would love to. It takes
a little bit for them to share it, though, okay? Because sometimes what happened to them has many different layers of impact. Sometimes they were left on their own and somehow fought back and fought their way back to the line, so they hate everybody. Sometimes they were wonderful, kind people, and then they just had their friends melt in their hands. Sometimes they observed a child running at them just only to blow up their friend. You know, it's very difficult to come back to America and walk down the street and see a child that triggers you, that they may be a mom. How can that person integrate into society right?
From the experience that I have talking with veterans, they always talked about going through a specific class that they would take to reintegrate into society. But I feel like the community itself needs to also help these veterans be able to reintegrate as well. Like I did talk to an ex-Marine once who we went to get coffee after the interview at La Carreta. And he told me he went to go sit down at the table and he goes, "Watch this, Nick." And he points at the door and he says, "I'm always sitting where I face the door. And that's because of the service that I went through."
Listen, we're going to stick with it. We're going to bring these shining lights back for another segment. We're going to talk to Nick. I want to share my friend's story with Nick. I want to hear one of Nick's stories. We're going to talk to Alex about what her political action should look like. And we'll be back after this as I work together with the next generation to make the world a better place. And boy, do I feel good. We're here on Freedom Business. We've been South Florida's longest running business talk show now. I think it's really safe to say that since 2012. That's like 9 years now, going to be even more soon. Since 2012, Warren Henry's been a sponsor. We love Warren Henry. We're doing our live remote from Warren Henry today. They gave me an office because the market's so freaking hot. I couldn't get back to my house after my meeting because my meeting lasted so long. Because the guy said, "Can we do more?" And I said, "Sure, I'll take a little more time and let's do more." So he added another phase to the deal. All right. So when you're looking to buy or lease a car, you want to get every advantage that you can. That's why I have to check out Warren Henry, Land Rover, Range Rover, Infiniti, and Jaguar here at 151st and Biscayne. Up in Gainesville, they sell Audis. Down in the Keys, they have all their name brands. I'm going to go down there and maybe get a Jeep for my farm. I'm so excited. What do y'all have in common? Well, they're all great cars, and they all come with the Warren Henry Advantage, which is this long list of great things that they do for you when you buy your car. Suffice to say, you get a free service loaner, all kinds of great doodads, and then at the end, my list ends up with, then you get 72 hours to enjoy your car. If you don't like it, you can return it. Nobody returns it because they love them. So join me, my mom, my beautiful wife, Vivian, and lots of my friends. We're all members of the Warren Henry family. You should be too. Always the best price, always the best service, always Warren Henry. All right, today's show is all about that PSA. I've got two great young Silver Knight Award winners. They won the award because they wanted to do something to change the world and in great community involvement. And I'm so proud to profile them, and I'm going to help them both achieve their dreams, because my brand is that I help others achieve their dreams and goals, and that's what helps me self-actualize. Give me a call if I can help you with the real estate. I can't tell you my number. I can't tell you, well, I did tell you where I am, so forget that part. I'm supposed to be incommunicado at a location that nobody knows about because of the assassination attempt, which never really happened, but bothered the heck out of everybody I know, including my wife. What does that mean? That means I'm really on edge, but I'm still here doing real estate deals. So call me. Residential, I can help you with that hard finance jumbo or super jumbo loan. You want your kid to get a deal, but they haven't had a job in 2 years, I can help them too. Just did one of those, $400,000 from one of my developer friends' kids. I've got other famous people that I'm doing deals with, but I just can't talk about it right now. And I've got my hemp farm, so I know how to get just about anything financed. Call me at 30. Oh, my wife would have killed me. Reach out to me, DM me, find me. Everybody on Google hates me with the name Jim Fried because they're on page 4. Why do you want to call me? Because when you call me, it's always all about you.
Welcome back to Fried on Business. Connect with us on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter at Jim Fried or at Fried on Business, and on Instagram at Jim Fried1. Now, back to your host, Jim Fried.
All right, we're back. We're back with Alex Hernández. Alex's project for the community was the period poverty, which she'll tell us what that means in a second. And Nick did his. He was providing great stories about modern day veterans that we could share together. And I'm sure that it also helped them process what they went through. So let's talk again to Nick. Nick, you went through all the stories. What was one of the stories that really impacted you? And we don't have to talk about the person's service. Let's talk about how they evolved when they came home.
Yeah, I really have to say, like, one of the stories that really like hit me was a story from a veteran of the armed forces, the Army branch, that I listened to, that he said once he came home that he had a lot of problems with alcoholism and a lot of trouble finding work in once he came home, that the class didn't really help him with. So he was just bouncing from job to job, dealing with alcoholism. And the one thing, and he couldn't even go into like crowded spaces or clubs either because of the experiences that he had during the service. And one of the things that really helped him was being able to reach out to his family and being able to reach out to his wife. And now he's when at the present day, when I interviewed him last June, he was a very successful real estate worker, and he was a very cheerful guy when I met him. And as of this past January, he has a baby girl now. So yeah, he just had a baby girl. So I was very happy for him when I was doing that. And one of our plays, actually called The Voicemail by one of my dear friends, is partly inspired by the stories that he was able to tell us of his family helping him through his alcoholism and his depression after the service.
The other thing that I've seen is that if they can go into a group and find out that they're not the only person that feels like this, it really helps them, because they think that they're isolated. That's why they drink and avoid people, because they think they're the only one that thinks like that. They think that all their buddies died. Why did they make it through? What makes them so great? I don't deserve to be here. And then you just go spiraling down. It's horrible.
Actually, is it okay if I share another one?
Sure. Go.
Another great person that I interviewed was actually not the actual person that served in the military, but their spouse. Yes. Because one of the plays that another play that we did was actually focused on the spouse's role in like what they do at home while the husband is away. So all the support groups that they have for the families, taking care of because the spouse that I interviewed, she was in charge of her husband's family. Like the unit that her husband was in charge of, she was in charge of the families. So they would have different support groups for the unit's families to be able to come together, to be able to do projects to support the people that are fighting overseas. And what I found was really cool as well was that they actually incorporated theater as a form of therapy, as a form of coping. So when this veteran got back home, he lived in Miami for a while, and he actually performed improvised theater with, which I found out was surprising, a few of my family members. Since my family does theater out in the Miami area, they performed with my family members. They did improvised theater. They did improvised theater workshops, stand-up comedy workshops, and it really helped him to be able to confront and to overcome all the hardships that he had to face after he left that service.
So tremendous. So tremendous. Alex, what's next? What's your next project to change the world?
Well, I want to continue fighting period poverty, and
Okay.
my hope is to one day be able to speak my hope is to one day be able to speak to these legislators who are making.
Oh, I'm going to make that happen.
Yeah.
That's happening. You're going to send me that text, and I'm going to make it happen. We'll talk offline. I'll get you together with a lobbyist who's a friend of mine. The lobbyist will help you get on the agenda. We'll figure out a way to get you up there.
Mm-hmm.
You go to committees, you go meet people, you go make a testimony. We're going to make that happen. You call me, and my friend will make it happen for you.
Thank you.
I can't get personally involved because I can't make it like there's a special treatment going on because of my connections. But I know somebody who's going to really care. He's a Rotarian. He's all about public service. I call him a neutral particle. He's not an R, he's not a D, he's an F, a Floridian, an H, a human being, an M, a mensch. Okay? That's what you're going to meet.
But my next
Go ahead.
Yeah, my next goal is to push the Learning with Dignity bill, which would get period products in all the Florida public schools.
You send me that bill. You follow me? You send me that bill.
Mm-hmm.
You send me that bill, and then I'm going to go to work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, show me the gun.
Right? Bring it, Alex. We're going to bring it together. Nick, what are we going to do? What am I going to help you with?
Well, I am already partnering with the Miami Military Museum by Miami Metro Zoo, and we are planning to take these plays that we've accumulated, these 3 plays, and we're planning to perform them as staged readings with blocking, both in the Miami Military Museum's presentation room and at the Veterans Hospital sometime soon. I am also trying to get our plays inside of the archive at the Miami Military Museum.
You just call me. You call me. I have every connection you need to do that. Period. It's actually the same person I'm going to introduce Alex to. He's a patriot. Okay?
Oh.
All I want to do, remember, is I feel I self-actualize by helping other people achieve their dreams and goals. And I know how to help the two of you. It's almost a laydown for me. Gosh, I'm so excited that you guys were on the show. Thank you so much. Now, Lisa Paley that got us together, do you know her? Okay, you have her on the email. She can get us together, okay? I want to thank Lisa Paley for helping me bring these 2 beautiful human beings and their efforts to improve our community to your attention. God bless you too. Alex, Nick, I hope every kid grows up to be like you. And if they don't, I hope they get to meet you so they can learn how to be like you. You're tremendous people. Not kids, you're great people. You're great people. I'm so proud to be a human being because there's people like you, not the people that I have to watch on TV. You're great.
I just want to say that it's because of adults that listen that change is made. because we're students and we can do as much as we want, but it's not until those few adults in power that take action that we're able to make change, and change, like you said, change the world. So thank you for giving us a platform, and thank you for listening to our stories. Like it's tremendous what you're doing. Thank you so much.
I'm not just going to listen, I'm going to take action, miss.
As it should be. Thank you so
I love
much.
you. You're tremendous. What a great, this here is just a class in civics. This is great. Nick, you want to have one last go at it?
She really, Mrs. Hernandez really took the words out of my mouth. Like, thank you so much for being able to listen to these stories and being able to enlighten, helping us enlighten the community on the problems that we're facing in this modern age, along with everything else that's going on, including the pandemic and all the hectic stuff that's happened both last year and this year. It's been a wild ride, I should say. So
we have to come together. We have to come together to protect each other from forces that are inconsistent with compassionate thought.
100%. And it's beautiful.
Compassionate thought.
100%. And it's beautiful to see how there's different people working on the different issues, because I would have never known how much veterans are going through after. Like, it's so true. How do you re-enter society if you're dealing with trauma? How do you re-enter and function? It's impossible. Like, I personally, I don't know if I would be able to do what they do. But then you have on the other side, you have all these women who, function without their necessary items. So once again, thank you for listening. And I hope that we can make change in both areas.
We will be making. Go ahead, Nick. I cut you off.
I would have never really known about, because first of all, I'm not really educated into how school policy goes, so I would have never really known that period products aren't really are against the rules in it to be.
It doesn't even make sense.
I never even knew this was a thing.
It doesn't even make sense. It's just stupidity.
Yeah.
Stupidity.
But I know that's one more thing I will be advocating.
It's pandering. Well, we're going to advocate together. The two of you just met. You're on the same email, okay? Wow. How do I top that in the next segment? I'll try. I'll talk about the white-hot real estate market and the things that I'm doing. But it's just making more traffic. Sorry. So, thank you, Alex. Thank you, Nick. And thank you, Lisa Pally, for bringing this to my attention and to helping us educate our community with more Silver Nights. I think I'm going to have to do another Silver Night thing. This is great stuff. All right, Reagan, take it away. Alex, thank you. Nick, thank you. I'll look forward to talking to you both offline, because I could make it happen for you, and it would be my greatest pleasure. This is South Florida's longest running business talk show. We don't just talk business. We try to change the world too. And wasn't that an enlightening and motivational segment? Those two people are just tremendous. And if they're doing this as young adults, imagine what they're going to do when they're fully baked and empowered. And I'm going to help empower them. What else am I going to help? I'm going to help you get a great deal on your car when you come to Warren Henry. That's right. Land Rover, Range Rover, Infiniti, and Jaguar. They're all great cars, and they all come with the Warren Henry Advantage. What is that? That's a suite of services, everything from complimentary loaner all the way down to key replacement, and they'll guarantee your price. They'll make sure that if you don't like their car, you can return it after 3 days. It's all pretty amazing. I'm right here at their store right now. They help me out because the market's so hot that I had to come here. I couldn't get home in time to do the show. What do all their cars have in common? They have that great stuff. They come with the Warren Henry Advantage. So join me, my mom, and my beautiful wife, Vivian, and lots of my friends. We're all members of the Warren Henry family. You should be too. Always the best price, always the best service, always Warren Henry.
is Becca Carlson from Carlson Integrated. You know, a lot of our clients find that they can do anything, but not really everything. We are always excited to jump in and help. So whether you need another set of hands for a project or even comprehensive marketing management, our team of marketing mavens would love to have a conversation with you to see if we are the right fit. We do everything from logo and design work to email outreach and social media to writing and thought leadership. And here's a fun one. We are now offering our fabulous ebook of top 10 marketing tips on our website for free. So head over to carlsonintegrated.com and grab a copy today. And please always let us know how we can help. My email is Becca, that's BEKAH at carlsonintegrated.com. That's BEKAH at carlsonintegrated.com.
She's tremendous. Becca Carlson and her team help me with everything. They help a lot of my clients. They're just absolutely tremendous. And someday I'll get to Chicago and I'll meet her, unless we meet at the ICSC in Las Vegas. Hi, I'm Jim Fried. I can't tell you how to get me anymore, but you know how. Why can't I tell you? Well, we'll talk about that another day. But reach out to me because I'm helping all kinds of people right now get their deals done. We'll talk about it in the next segment, but the market is hot. Beyond hot, it's on fire. But it's only on fire in certain places in certain ways, and you got to know who to call to get things done. Who do you call? You call me. Why? Because I know how to get it done. Give me a call at, well, I can't tell you the number. DM me. I can't tell you where. But find me, reach out, and let's do deals. Why? Because when you call me, it's always all about you.
Welcome back to Fried on Business. Connect with us on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter at Jim Fried or at Fried on Business, and on Instagram at Jim Fried1. Now, back to your host, Jim Fried.
We're going to talk about the real estate market and real estate economics. And just because I have his pen, Casey Conway is going to be here in spirit, lighting me up and helping me sound smart. What's going on in the real estate markets? It's just hot. It's red hot. All the guys I know that run, all the people I know that run the investment funds, they're out there. They can't even spend all the money they have. They can't find the deals. Who can find the deals? You know who can find the deals? Me. So they're all driving a path to me, and I'm helping them meet a lot of different people in town. I'm bringing them to all the best real estate entrepreneurs. If it's a big real estate operating company, probably can't help them. But if it's an entrepreneur, boy, do they want to talk to me. I'm doing one deal right now where we're going to get paper lots financed. You go, what's that? That's 500 lots, but all it really is a cow field right now. Cow field. And I'm going to get that financed. Oh, yeah. Land loan, same kind of thing. Bridge loan, same kind of thing. Met today with a group. We're going to start a neighborhood. You go, Jim, what are you talking about? Well, I did the first couple of deals in Wynwood. I did the first couple of deals in Coral Gables. I did the first couple of deals in Coconut Grove. Now I'm going to do the first couple of deals in, oops, can't say yet. 1,000 units we looked at. Why? Because the guy said, hey, why not take that site down right next to it? We'll build a parking lot on that and we can put some retail down there and have something wonderful on the water. Oops. He said, well, can we do more? I said, sure, I got 3 more deals. He says, can we do them together? I said, let's do it. Waterfall, I'll participate, don't need a full commission. And now that makes me a developer. My goodness, I never thought I'd get there. Yes, I did. It just took a little bit more time. Retail, doing the same thing with some public centers right now. So you go, Jim, what are you doing for people? I'm getting them all the cash. One group I have will even give you soft cost pursuit capital and pay your salary after a certain point. Another group, they won't do that, but they'll go in on the land before it's entitled. So depending on what your circumstances are, I can help you with virtually anything. My last deal was $90 million for an inventory loan on some condos. I've done deals that are bigger, done deals that are smaller, but what is the main thing that they have in common? They're always all about you. So call me, I help you solve your problems. I'm doing my remote broadcast today from Warren Henry because they solved my transportation problems. My wife, she's getting her new car here in a couple of months. My mom, she got her new car here a couple of weeks ago. And me, oh, I'm going to get my new car from there. I know what I want. I'm going to go to Supercar Saturday in a couple of weeks. I'm going to start telling them so that they can get ready. And when it comes through the door, I'm going to grab it. But back to the real estate market. Miami is a city of neighborhoods, and that's really what's going on. As some of them get too overcrowded and too dense, people are going to want to move. They're going to want to move close to where they work, or they're going to want to move to close to where they can find new work. That's the key. So you go, where is that? It's in a place where people can live and walk outside their apartment or condo, feel safe, feel comfortable, and live in enough space within their unit so that they can live. You go, well, how's that possible? Well, it probably isn't anymore, because I know the people that are doing those deals are driven by spreadsheets and they're driven by price per square foot. And then they go price per pound. And what's going on is that to keep the project affordable for the renter, the square footage is going down. That's going to happen in retail. That's going to happen in office. That's going to happen in multi, everything. It's all getting more expensive. And the only way to make it so that you can afford it is to make it smaller. What does that mean to you? That means everything is getting more expensive. It's true. Inflation is coming. Real estate is an inflation hedge because it has built-in escalators on a daily or annual basis. Hotel is daily. Apartments are annual. Retail is periodic. Office is periodic, but they all have increases. And that'll become more and more attractive as people look for yield. So what's the future for the real estate market? Hot. Industrial, we all know about that. But more and more and more, retail will come back. It will be reformatted. Maybe it'll be single tenant locations underneath big apartment buildings in, I can't say. Maybe it'll be a rebuilding. I'm working on one deal where it's a public RFP, ground floor retail, parking in the middle, select service on top, and multi above that. Apartments or condo, we'll decide, but I really think you do apartments and then you sell it to somebody and let them do the condos. That's how you squeeze the risk out. So call me. You're seeing how my brain thinks. You're seeing I still have my pandemic hair going. I love my pandemic hair. But I can get it done. Even my hemp farm. I'm even getting somebody that's in the cannabis business a home loan, RESPA protected. How about that? Not done yet, but as soon as I get that done, boy, is Ed going to become the hottest guy in town. So call me. I'm solving everybody's problems. If I can't solve your problem, you probably shouldn't do the deal. I'd say give me a call, but you can't. I'd say send me an email. Well, you can give me a call. I just can't say what the number is anymore. You can send me an email, but I can't say what the email address is. You go, why? Well, socials? What do you mean? Oh, I should give out my socials? Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. No, I can't give any of that stuff out. They got to just Google me and find me. I'm really not supposed to tell my location. They told us to move to a remote, an undisclosed location. What happened is a couple of Thursdays ago, right before some big political stuff was supposed to happen, somebody sent me a text. They had tested me a couple of months ago by saying, is this Jim Fried? And I go, who is this? That was the dumb move. We have all the cybersecurity guys on, and I still fell for it. So right while we were doing some very big, I'll say it, political stuff, I got a death threat that was material enough for both the city of Miami and the FDLE to take it very seriously. I didn't take it seriously. I went right to sleep. They banged on my door. My wife came screaming in, Jim, why are the police here? What did you do? Are they going to arrest you? I go, huh? And I went out there. It was about the death threat. Then I went back to sleep. An hour later, it was the FDLE came about the death threat. Nobody killed me. The next day, I was out there dancing. Hey, I'm still alive. Now, if my wife sees this, she's going to go crazy because she was worried that I'd go out with the street protest. Yeah, yesterday I protested on the street about the Hamilton on the Bay. Go look up my feed. I don't have time to talk about that one today. But she was afraid that I would get shot during the protest. I said, honey, come on. If anybody shoots me during the protest, I guarantee you one thing, you get whatever you want from the Hamilton. So the Hamilton is, trying to work it out with the people that live there. I'm trying to help mediate that a little bit. I really can't get involved because I can't escalate it up above the local level. But I think that people are going to be, well, actually, I could escalate it above the local level, but I'd go straight to the federal level. I would skip the state at this point. I don't want to get anybody I know in the state involved and everybody think I have something extra going on, which I do not. I do not. No one I know in Tallahassee is involved in this. It's only going to be the federal level and the local level. But anyway, all I can tell you is I obviously know how to solve problems. You saw I'm going to talk about period poverty with some of the people I know and try to get that bill moving in Tallahassee. We've got some great veteran stuff. You all know I have great contacts in the veteran community. I'm really looking forward to getting them in touch with the young man that was on the show today. But the most important person I want to thank, besides you, is Lisa Paley, who's been bringing us these silver nights. Lisa, thank you for helping me show the community what a great place this is to live and how we've got some incredible young people that will not only help you feel, but they all want to change the world. Thank God. Thank God. Now, remember, this is Freed on Business. I'm Jim Freed. We're here every week at noon on freedonbusiness.com, Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn Live, Facebook Live, everywhere that Reagan can put me up, even Clubhouse, which I think is tremendous, actually, although I don't really like Clubhouse as an interactive thing. I just like to broadcast there. Call me. Link in with me. Tell me who you want to hear from. I want to thank our sponsors, Warren Henry. We did the whole show live from Warren Henry today. Come to their showroom on 151st and Biscayne. It's where I get all my cars. I want to thank oops, it spilled. I want to thank the Bergstrom Center for Real Estate Studies, my fancy thing they gave me. It's where I get a lot of young people, help them get jobs here in the community, help the community be better that way. All I really am about is community action. You saw that on with the two young people we had today. You saw that on how we're going to do a whole thing with Warren Henry. You'll see how we are going to help Warren Henry change the community. We'll feature them in a couple of weeks. We'll come back up here and interview them again live. But the main thing is to stay involved, to do the right thing. Find us on LinkedIn, Twitter. I told you every place. DM me or email me if there's somebody you want to hear or a concept you want us to discuss. Remember, the person who wants to do something finds a way. The other finds an excuse. Now go out there and make it happen. God bless you. God bless America. Have a great day. Reagan, rocket.